Hey everyone, Ryan Reynolds here. You know, the guy who occasionally wears spandex and makes fun of Hugh Jackman? Yeah, that's me, but enough about my questionable life choices. We're here to talk about a group of heroes who actually look good in spandex, the Fantastic Four. These guys are like the first family of Marvel Comics, and their journey to the big screen has been, well, let's just say it's been more dramatic than a reality TV show about a superhero support group. We're talking unreleased films, questionable special effects, and enough behind-the-scenes drama to make even the most jaded Hollywood insider raise an eyebrow. So buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to dive deep into the fascinating, frustrating, and sometimes fantastically absurd world of the Fantastic Four films. From their humble comic book beginnings to their triumphant return in 2025, we're leaving no stone unturned, no origin story unexamined, and no cheesy costume unmocked. Our story begins, as all good superhero stories do, with a healthy dose of corporate intrigue. You see, back in the wild west of the early 90s, a little studio called Constantine Film snatched up the rights to the Fantastic Four. They even managed to scrape together a budget, cast some actors you've probably never heard of, and actually filmed the darn thing. Now, you'd think a movie about a stretchy dude, a human torch, an invisible woman, and a guy who looks like a pile of sentient rocks would practically sell itself, right? Well, that's where things get interesting. Legend has it that the studio heads, in their infinite wisdom, decided that the best way to market this superhero flick was to wait for it, never release it. Yep, you heard me right. They spent millions of dollars on a movie and then decided to lock it away in a vault, presumably guarded by a dragon who also happens to be a lawyer. To this day, the 1994 Fantastic Four film remains a mythical beast, a cinematic unicorn that only a select few claim to have seen. Some say it's a masterpiece, a diamond in the rough that was cruelly hidden from the world. Others say it's about as watchable as a 3-hour lecture on the history of mime. Fast forward a decade, and the Fantastic Four finally got their chance to shine on the big screen. This time it was 20th Century Fox at the helm, and they weren't messing around. They brought in a cast of recognizable faces: Iowan Grufford, Jessica Alba, Chris Evans, yes, that Chris Evans, and Michael Chiklis, and gave them a script that was, well, it was a script. The 2005 Fantastic Four wasn't exactly a critical darling, but it did manage to do something that its unreleased predecessor could only dream of. It made money. Lots and lots of money. Audiences ate up the cheesy special effects, the predictable plot, and the sight of Chris Evans rocking a blonde wig like a pro. Sure, it wasn't exactly Citizen Kane in spandex, but it was a fun, family-friendly adventure that reminded everyone why they fell in love with these characters in the first place. Plus, it paved the way for a sequel, which, as we all know, is the true mark of Hollywood success. Chapter 3: Surfing the Cosmos, Rise of the Silver Surfer, and a whole lot of CGI. In 2007, the Fantastic Four returned for another round of cosmic shenanigans in Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. This time around, the gang faced off against the enigmatic Silver Surfer, a chrome-plated harbinger of doom with a penchant for intergalactic surfing. The sequel doubled down on everything that made the first film a success. More action, more special effects, and of course more Chris Evans. This time though, the filmmakers decided to inject a bit more drama into the mix, exploring the complex relationships between the characters and the sacrifices they have to make to save the world. Rise of the Silver Surfer wasn't exactly a critical darling either, but it did manage to entertain audiences with its blend of superhero action and cosmic spectacle. Plus, it gave us one of the most iconic images in Fantastic Four history, the Thing in all his rocky glory riding a surfboard through space. Chapter 4: The reboot that wasn't dissecting the 2015 Fantastic Four. And then there was 2015, a year that will live in infamy for Fantastic Four fans. This was the year of the reboot, a darker, grittier take on the Fantastic Four mythos that promised to finally do justice to these beloved characters. Unfortunately, the 2015 Fantastic Four turned out to be less of a reboot and more of a train wreck. Plagued by production problems, creative differences, and a script that seemed determined to suck all the fun out of the source material, the film was a critical and commercial flop. Fans were left scratching their heads, wondering how a film with so much potential could go so wrong. It was a dark time to be a Fantastic Four fan, a time for introspection, for mourning, and for questioning everything we thought we knew about superhero movies. Chapter 5, Fantastic Four 2025, A New Hope. But fear not, true believers, for there is hope on the horizon. Yes, after years of false starts, reboots, and unreleased disasters, the Fantastic Four are finally getting another shot at big-screen glory in 2025. This time around, Marvel Studios is taking the reins, and they've assembled a crack team of writers, directors, and special effects wizards to bring these iconic characters to life in a way that's never been seen before. Details are still under wraps, but rumors are swirling about a star-studded cast, a mind-blowing script, and special effects that will make the Silver Surfer look like a child's drawing. Could this be the Fantastic Four film we've all been waiting for? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. We'll be there on opening night, popcorn in hand, ready to witness the return of Marvel's first family. And there you have it, folks. The wild, wacky, and sometimes downright weird history of the Fantastic Four on film. From unreleased misfires to box office hits, from cheesy special effects to gritty reboots, these four heroes have seen it all. But through it all, one thing has remained constant: the enduring appeal of these characters and their message of family, hope, and the power of believing in something bigger than yourself. So what does the future hold for Marvel's first family? Well, with a new film on the horizon and the full might of Marvel Studios behind them, I'd say things are looking pretty fantastic. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more awesome content. See you next time.